What's going on out there? KMoE here.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Freedome.
Yep.
To the right of me. Where's that left?
Shit, the left.
Whatever.
Well, you know what it is.
He this way, right? So
yeah, he looking at it from this way, so the shit look opposite. Right.
Look, today we out in the great outdoors. You know what I mean?
Well, we in the car now, but
yeah, we in the
we
car.
was
we
in
the car, but we in the great outdoors, right? Taking in that fresh air.
That fresh air.
Finally a nice little 60-something degrees today, so
yeah,
we got to get out and we got to enjoy it, right? So today we want to talk to y'all about social media and just pretty much share our thoughts, our opinions on social media. With these thoughts and opinions, take them. Hopefully you can use them and implement some of them and see our perspective.
You can take it or leave it the fuck alone.
One of the two.
It don't matter.
You know what I mean?
But like we always say, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you know how we do. We always say, we always cut this off. We always say, you can learn from anybody. Don't look at everything as gospel. Not even what we say.
Word.
Look at the shit for yourself. Take what we say. You know what I'm saying? If it's good, if you like it, take it. You know what I'm saying? Yep. If you don't like it, then leave it alone. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Just the goal is just to raise awareness. You know what I'm saying? Put perspectives out there. Yep. A lot of times through our stuff, you're going to hear us talk about different things, different perspectives. Yep. That's because that's what we want to do. We want to raise your mind, raise your levels, so you're not oppressed by social media and all this other shit that constantly bombards you with the same old advertisements, the same old nonsense, the same old look at me, the same old vanity and all this other bullshit. Mm-hmm. We want to teach y'all to get back to real life a little bit. Social media is cool and all that, but there's so much more to it. Don't let your life pass you by on social media. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, B. Continue with
then another
intro.
thing, just to kind of...
This is the intro still, or what is this?
We getting into it.
Just
to piggyback off what he said, we giving y'all our thoughts and opinion. Too. So definitely, in the comments or whatever, hit us back, DM, whatever it is. Hit us back with your opinion, your perspective, because it may be something that we can learn from as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I think kind of just to touch on like my overall thoughts of social media. Obviously, it's the gift and the curse, right? Mm-hmm. But it's one of those things where
the great curse nowadays.
Yeah, it's in my opinion, one of the things is social media pretty much exaggerates, for lack of a better word, flaws that you may have. Mm-hmm. If you have any social quote unquote flaws, you know what I mean. So like if you have a hard time, interacting and out in public, being social. And I'm talking differently from being shy, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes it takes people, a while to kind of warm up to people, right? So, and everybody isn't just some social butterfly, right? But, you don't want to get to the point to where you're more comfortable, socializing behind your phone or a computer screen than you are in real life, because there's a different level of energy that you can, energy, perspective, it's just a better time to be able to socialize with people in real time out in the world. You know what I mean? So that's probably like my overall thought on social media. We're gonna get into some more. We can get into more detail. Because it's one thing for us to denounce social media on here and then be on here trying to spread it at the same time. So
see, to me it don't matter whether I get 1 view or 1 million. It don't mean nothing to me. I just hope somebody see the shit that can, if you change one person, you change the whole world, because we all in this dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, it ain't even about changing people. To me, personally, I'm going to tell y'all the personal truth. I don't give a fuck about nothing. I don't care about shit. You know what I'm saying? In the world. I'm saying it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So whether we get 1 million views or 2 views, I don't care. I just hope y'all can take something from it. That's it.
Yeah, so why don't you, let's start with, some of the cons, right? So what's some of the cons of social media?
Shit, where to begin, man? The cons of this shit, I mean, there's so much. Number one, this motherfucker is not a babysitter.
Word.
Get your kids off this stupid shit. I see this shit all the time. And I'm saying this shit from the heart. So maybe I do care about something. I guess I do got passion. Don't put your kids on this bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Don't get your kids in front of a fucking tablet, in front of a fucking computer screen, in front of a fucking phone. Fuck that. You got kids 2, 3, 4 years old running around with this shit, man. And it's fucking the kids up. Number one, it's overstimulating. Number two, it's artificial light in their face, fucking up their eyes and shit. Number three, man, just be a fucking parent. You know what I'm saying? Be a parent. You got motherfuckers on here worried about how they look on the Instagram and stuff. Especially, you know, the ladies. Look at this picture. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. And you see the kid in the background just being left by the wayside. I see people walking with the baby stroller, pushing the baby stroller and shit. And the lady, you know, on the phone and shit, the little girl almost got hit. You know what I'm saying? Over here at Foreman Mills and shit. Well, I saw the shit. And she on the phone and shit. She pushing the stroller, and there's 2 kids walking behind her, and she ain't even knowing that they about to get hit by a fucking car. You see what I'm saying? This is a crack phone. This is what this is. Motherfuckers addicted to this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Cut it off. If you think you're not addicted, take about 7 days. I went years without this shit. Take 7 days without your fucking bullshit, and get back to real life. And see if you, and then when you come back to this shit, you're going to see how stupid a lot of the shit is. Because it's constant repetitive brainwashing. It's constant stupid ass advertisements. They want to keep you a consumer. It's constant stupidity, man. And you know, you see the same shit over and over and over again. They social engineering your ass through this shit. You know what I'm saying? This shit is just, it's the new fucking crack. You know what I'm saying? It's the new thing to get people addicted to shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, and back to that parenting thing. Oh, I mean, no, go ahead. Back to that parenting thing. I mean this shit from the bottom of my fucking heart. Spend time with your children. Don't put this shit over your fucking children, man. You got people that's on this shit all day long, and they got kids at home, and the kids just running wild. No discipline, no nothing. The kids on the fucking phone, the tablet, the fucking TV, all that shit. Come on, man. Raise your own children. Don't let this bullshit raise your children. Because if you let this bullshit raise your children, they're going to lead your children straight to fucking straight. That's why everything you watch on this motherfucker, anything, any of these movies come out, this music, all that bullshit, what you see on that shit? Death, destruction, sex, all this other bullshit that's going to destroy your motherfucking children's minds. And it's horrible. Don't leave your kids to this bullshit, man. For real.
Right.
For real, for real.
So...
But there's a lot more that I can get into. But I'll let Beans, because I'll be on this bitch for 3 hours talking. Yeah. So go ahead, bro.
I don't know if I really need to go into a whole lot of the cons. It seems like my man's here already.
That ain't really
laid them out. But I guess, like a lot of where I come from when it comes to social media, and just to touch on the parenting.
We paid for that shit.
The parenting topic that my partner here brought up. Like for me, I got babies, right? So it's one of those things where
get my plastic line one.
You don't want them you want them to, you know, this is the world is changing, right? So you don't want them to be left behind, but at the same time you don't want them to be reliant on this social media, right. the electronics, the technology, right? You don't want to be relying on it, but they have to be kept abreast of the changes in the world, you know what I mean?
How they can utilize it.
Yeah, because it's different from, obviously, when we grew up, right? Mm-hmm. And we kind of like right in between, because our parents is, you know, it was barely even getting started when, you know, for our parents, and then for us, we're like that nice in between.
All that Facebook and shit came out, but we were blessed enough to live, you know, real life for about 18, 19 years before this bullshit came out.
We could see both sides of it.
Right.
So, you know, it's one of those things where you don't want, like he said, you don't want it to be a babysitter, right?
Right.
But a little exposure to it, monitored exposure to it, is necessary.
At the proper age, too.
Yeah.
Don't put your kids on this shit before they even understand what they looking at.
Yeah.
One click and your child's innocence is lost forever if they see some crazy shit.
So, I mean, really, it and just like anything for young children, you know, and as they move up, you know, as they grow, it's something that, as a parent, you're going to need to monitor, you know, what it is that they're observing. Now, obviously, you know, just growing up and living in the world, they're going to be exposed to all types of things.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you do still need to expose them to it, but you have to take the you know, you have to be involved and you have to monitor it. And, you know, you got to show them the best of both worlds, just like a lot of us grew up with, right? So we grew up where we, you know, we could play the video game, and we could, you know what I mean, we could hop on the social media, enjoy, interact, because it does open you up to many other cultures.
Well, this shit came out after we was grown, didn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, I mean,
we was like 18, 19.
What do you consider grown? You know what I mean? So like,
shit, when they say 18,
you know,
my mom said, when you turn 18,
but see,
your ass out the house.
So social media, I guess, is
now they live till they 50.
Now when you say social media, you thinking Facebook, you thinking you know, Instagram, Snapchat, all of that. But I mean, for us, it was still considered social media, just the internet chat lines. You know what I mean?
That shit, AOL and all that. Yeah, so, that was out. Yeah, I used to be on there talking to the hoes all that.
You know, it's not exactly, but that's like the beginning,
right.
The genesis of it, right? So, I mean, we still, you know, that it was all new to us, and it just kind of morphed into what it is today, obviously.
Right.
But you know, it's just one of those things where, again, you gotta really sit down and monitor and be involved in what they're processing.
Right. Very important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Very important. And, you know, like I was saying, don't put them on this shit too young. Oh, here's another thing I'm going to get to, too. People that use their children, constant pictures of their children to get likes and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Let your child develop into who they want to be. You know what I'm saying? You putting your child out there for the whole world to see and shit, and you don't know who the fuck watching this shit. It could be a creep watching this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real.
Yeah. So
you know what I'm saying?
to his point, you know, you gotta be.
Just because you want to fucking to feel good about yourself, don't use your children for that shit.
Just like
That's
being
what I'm
out
saying.
in public, you know, we all keep our head on a swivel. You know what I mean? You got to be aware and conscious of your environment. It's no different for social media. So you got to be real conscious of what you put on social media, you know, especially from your personal life.
Right.
Now, it's common for people to share pictures of family and all that, but, you know, just, you don't want to put anything up there that's going to be compromising, right?
Right.
So
ain't nothing wrong with putting a couple pictures.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is you got these motherfuckers that will post nonstop pictures of their kids just so they get likes. Because you know what I'm saying? That kind of shit.
To Ant's point, it's all about intent, right?
Right.
So, you know, because a lot of times, I know for me personally, I use social media, like a lot of the people that I grew up with, friends, family, that I may not connect with all that often. You know what I mean? It's a nice way to kind of just keep abreast on what's going on, you know, holler at them, talk. You know, it'd be better to see them in person, but, you know, one thing they don't tell you as you grow up is that, you know, time becomes a scarcity, unfortunately.
And they divide the family like a motherfucker.
So, you know, as much as I would like to get out and visit everybody, I don't even see my moms and pops as much as I need to. You know what I mean? So, you know, you just got to be real selective and real careful about what you put out there for everybody else to see. So, like, at this point in the juncture, me and him, we're doing something a little different. We're choosing the type of content that we want to put out for everybody to see. You know what I mean? And
this shit come from the heart. Ain't none of this script. So we say some crazy shit that you disagree with, like I said, take it or leave it alone.
Yeah, this is all off the cuff. It ain't no pre-production.
Ain't none of that.
It ain't no.
We pick a topic.
We pick a topic and it just pretty much comes from there. You know what I mean?
For real.
So obviously there's a lot of cons. Just to try to get back on, you know, get back to trying to be a little structured there. So there's a lot of cons. There's also a lot of pros. There's a lot of advantages to social media. But it, again, like I mentioned previously, it's really, you got to be comfortable with yourself first, because it can exaggerate a lot of flaws and it can cause a lot of insecurities.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to really be comfortable with yourself. But, you know, it all goes back to knowledge of self and belief in self.
That's what it's all about.
Everything really ties back to that singular point. You know what I mean? So.
And they want you away from yourself. Yeah. Was you going to say something?
No, go right ahead.
They want to keep you away from yourself. You know what I'm saying? They want you to fall into this trendy shit. They want you to be like everybody else. It's all programming. You know what I'm saying? That's why they used to call television programming. Yeah. It's not for your entertainment. It's programming. It's to social engineer you a certain way, to believe a certain way. If you let it. Yeah.
That's why we're saying it exaggerates any flaws that you may have in your self psyche. You know what I mean? So you gotta, you know, get yourself together first, and then, you know, you can utilize social media to the best of its ability at that point. Otherwise, it could cause some internal conflict for you. So
and I say too, it's important to see. I care about the children because they got hope. Adults, like you said the other day, most of them stuck in their ways. I mean, you can help them a little bit, you know what I'm saying, but a lot of people stuck in their ways.
Everybody can change, but
everybody can change.
It's all about changing the minds of the future. You know
the future. The children got hope. That's what I'm saying. Don't allow your children to be bombarded by this bullshit. You see what I'm saying? And when you become a parent, become a parent. You know what I'm saying? How many times I done seen crazy shit? You know what I'm saying? That's why I erase this shit. I don't like seeing the stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? How many times I seen crazy shit? You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Where chicks had kids and stuff, right? The dude ain't in the picture for whatever reason. But they go back on this bullshit, and all they care about is how they look still. I mean, all day, wasting their time on this shit. You got a fucking baby to raise, man.
Use it as a teachable moment.
Teachable moment.
Social media is something that you're not going to be able to hide from your kids. Like, it's you know, as much as we use it and as much of a convenience it is for us,
Right.
you know, they're gonna take it to the next level. You know, it's gonna
Right.
evolve and change with them as well.
Right.
Use it as a teachable moment, you know, to be able to, some of the things that you can, you know, navigate them through. Like, look, this is something that you probably should do, or at least educate them on the consequences of posting this versus this. Because you know,
Right.
nowadays, you know, you got, you know, middle school kids, high school kids taking pictures and all of that, and then, you know what I mean,
Little
and
girls
spreading stuff around. But you know, at that age, are they, you know, they don't even really know a whole lot about those type of topics to begin with. They're just spreading what they see, right?
What
So
they see.
you got to use it as a teachable moment to
Right.
be able to, you know, educate your children and other people's children. You know what I mean? Like, because this is, you know, it takes a village. So,
Right.
you know what I mean? Use it as a teachable moment to show, like, hey, look, this is the consequences if you post this. You know what I mean? So if
Right.
you post this, just know that, hey, you may get this kind of backlash. Everybody's not gonna be able to agree with you. So
Right.
that, you know, there's a lot of good that can come from it, because you can definitely use it as a tool to teach. But you don't want it, as with anything in life, you want it to have balance. You know what I mean? You don't want to become
he good
solely
on balance.
That's the whole key to my philosophy is balance. You know, yin and yang, good and bad. You know what I mean? You need a little bit of everything. You know what I
Right.
mean? To balance your spirit out. If you look at nature is always trying to get back to equilibrium.
Right.
You know what I mean? And look at human nature. It's the same with us. You know, you're not always mad. You're not always sad. You're not always depressed. You're not always happy. But you need all those emotions.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Real emotions.
You need all of them.
Right.
So it's really about the balance. So getting back to social media is just, you know what I mean? You gotta just really think about what you're exposing yourself and your children to. You know what I
Right.
mean? And then find the appropriate balance for you, your lifestyle, and your beliefs.
Right.
And that's really what it comes down to.
Right. And let me see, we're about halfway through the video, so I'm gonna shoot a little quick intermission, right? I'm about to advertise.
Oh, here we go.
I ain't gonna put the brand on there, but you see this? Plastic line water. What I'm getting at here is don't fall for the bullshit. You see, I say plastic line, they call it alkaline, but guess what? It's still in plastic, and the plastic is gonna fuck you up.
Here we go.
But all right,
Here
don't
we
get
go,
me
here
started.
we go.
Don't
Look.
get me started.
All right. So we talked
look.
a lot about the cons. Let's talk about some pros real quick.
Some pros?
Yeah.
Want me to talk about some pros?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me think. Speed up 10 hours later. I'm still thinking. Speed up again 24 hours later. I'm still thinking. Okay, there could be some pros to this shit. The pros. Okay, here's the pros. I got something for you. A lot of people use this stuff to connect to people from all over the world. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it ain't just about spreading following and views and all this shit. I'm talking about family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Say somebody came over here from, you know, anywhere, Iraq, Poland, whatever the case is, Africa, whatever. A lot of people use the social media to be able to connect with the whole world, to be in touch with their family. A lot of people use social media to spread things like, all right, we having a family reunion. Well, I might not got everybody's number, but I could post it on social media or a birthday party or something like that. And, you know, you can use it for these kinds of good things, which is all great. You know what I'm saying? Me, personally, I don't like social media. I'm going to be honest with you. I see the good in it, but I don't like it. I'm just being honest with you because I see there's more destruction. In my personal opinion, there's more destruction as far as the future, as far as, you know, these kids in middle school, high school, when everybody looking for that image shit and all that. And then, you know, they falling into it. It exaggerates flaws and all that. You know, you got, I ain't gonna talk about that shit. It was gonna be bullying, but fuck that. If somebody bully you, rock their ass. Fuck that sissy shit. My mama and daddy always told me, motherfucker, fuck with you. Fuck with them back. Just don't start nothing. But
You gotta protect yourself.
You gotta protect yourself. But what I was gonna say is that cyberbullying shit. You see what I'm saying? People that didn't grow up hard and didn't grow up with proper parenting, they might take all this shit personal. Like if we get trolls and shit, I'm just gonna laugh at this shit. I'll probably laugh with them and troll them back. You see what I'm saying? But some people get very sensitive over if somebody put a negative comment about them or something like that, to the point where it affects their emotions in real life.
And that goes back to
you see, that goes back to knowledge of self.
Knowledge of self. Be comfortable with yourself.
Right. And what he was saying earlier about, you know, exaggerating flaws and all that. You might have my teeth fucked up. I don't give a fuck about nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I know in real life I handle myself in any situation. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to this social media shit, man, you got motherfuckers worry about how they live, worry about this, worry about that. And then if somebody do say something, like right now it's all good if we, we got nothing but likes and all that shit. But motherfuckers start disliking it and all that. And then motherfuckers, they take that shit personal. You know what I'm saying? But it's just on this bullshit. You know what I mean?
We're talking about pros.
Pros?
Pros.
Well, I'm getting to that. Well, I started off with pros. Hold on.
Started off with
Let
pros.
me fast forward again another. What year is it? 2019, they say, according to them. But what is it now?
So
all right, now it's 2024. I got another pro.
No, I got
okay,
a pro.
go ahead.
I got a pro. So look, here's the pro. Here's one of the pros of it, right?
Right.
It allows us to have
Plastics.
a conversation and express our perspective, our opinions to you, and you could do the same to us, and we can learn. Like there's been a lot of bull out there, but there's been a lot of conversations, especially, here's the other thing. Make sure that whoever you're following, so like, Twitter, Instagram.
Don't follow your motherfucking self. Follow yourself. Follow your motherfucking self. It's about knowing yourself. It's about knowledge of self. It's about that.
Whoever's on your timeline.
Follow yourself.
Make sure that you're, just like in real life.
No, I get this point. You can learn knowledge from people.
In real life, you want to keep like-minded people around you. Do the same on your social media.
You want to be real life. I thought social media is real.
You want to, you know what I mean. The digital part of it.
I'm fucking with you. Go ahead.
So you want to make sure that, your quote-unquote friends or whoever you're following on all of those different platforms, make sure that it's content and it's people that are like-minded to you, so that you don't have a lot of bull.
Right.
On your, a lot of people complain about, you get to see this ratchet thing or this bad thing. Why do you even subject yourself to have that on your feed? You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. They sneak it on your feed, though.
I'll be honest with you. I don't see a lot of that bull.
Right.
Because everybody that I follow, or that are friends with, whatever, if they post that kind of stuff, you got the option to mute it or, unfollow or any of that.
Right.
Just, you want to subject yourself to the content that, to the wavelength that you're on.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you don't want to see a lot of that bull, you got the option to not see a lot of it. So that's
you ain't got the option.
You do got the option.
They gonna put out what they want you to see.
They can put. I don't have to see it. Okay.
Right.
I don't, because everybody that I follow that's on my timeline, it's all stuff that I want to see. And if something pops up on there that I don't want to see, then I don't see it. I block it. I unfollow it.
Well,
we
having a disagreement. I'm so sad. Why you disagreeing with me? You hurt my feelings because he disagreed with me.
You'll live.
No, I'm just playing. Look, man, and that's another thing. If somebody disagree with you, a lot of times you be surprised at the difference a disagreement can have that you can learn from. Seriously. Even on social media, if you see something that you might not vibe with, but now you exposed to it. That's good about social media too. We talking about the pros. The exposure to different ideas, different beliefs, different opinions, different all that. You know what I'm saying? You get exposed to a lot more. But like I said, you got to be in control with it. Like he was saying, you got to find your balance. Follow people that's like-minded that you want to see. You know what I'm saying? Don't get your feelings hurt if you see something you don't want to see, or somebody say something about you don't like. Fuck it. Don't even block them. Another thing, too. This is kind of off topic, but why these motherfuckers, it's grown men that be on this shit, right? They want to block somebody right away because somebody say something they don't agree with. They so big and bad and all that, but then they hit the block.
That's the beauty of it. If there's something that you don't want to see,
I'm just saying if somebody challenged them. Like if somebody challenged me on my video, wherever they coming from, I'm gonna address them. You see? But these fools, if they say something that you disagree with, I'm gonna block them. I'm gonna block them.
A lot of people.
I'm gonna block them. Ain't nothing wrong with it within reason, but I'm saying they run real quick to block because this is what controls their emotions. Once again, plastic line water. Plastic.
Yeah, a lot of times people ain't built.
We drinking out the glass though.
It goes. So what he's saying, it goes back to it can exaggerate quote unquote flaws that you may have in your character, right?
Right.
We all got flaws in our character. So if,
right.
If you're insecure, really social media ain't really the place that's gonna help boost your self-esteem.
It can. No, depending on what you follow. See, like this. Now this gets back to a pro. This gets back to a pro. What he was saying. Like you were saying, about, people got flaws and stuff like that. Well, you can learn by looking at a video how to do this, how to overcome this, how to correct this, that kind of thing. Now, to his point, don't get on this shit talking shit. If you got flaws and insecurities, because the bigger you gonna have trolls, you gonna have haters, you gonna have all that. They ain't gonna troll you in real life, but they troll you on here. You'll have haters in real life. Shit, been through that thousands of times. But you know, like he was saying, don't come on here making videos if you're insecure. Get over that first. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody gonna say something that might hurt you. You know.
At the same time, get on here if you are insecure. Just don't be surprised if somebody
fuck with you. And fuck them. Right there. This is what you tell them.
Because for a long time, I didn't want to do this. And I ain't saying I'm the most secure person in the world, but I'm confident in myself enough at this point to where I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm going to put this out there for the next person
to
enjoy and understand my perspective and let you know that, hey, I'm just a regular Joe that decided to do something different.
Right.
You know what I mean? And not just sit back and wish and hope that things were different. That, you know, just get out there, put yourself out there, learn from it, and you go from there.
We here chilling in the car, shooting a video off head. You know what I'm saying?
That's why it's kind of a little bit all over.
It's all over the place, but that's the beauty of it.
The world is chaos.
The world is chaos. So. The universe is chaos. The only constant in the world is change. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I do gotta change with the time.
Look at you getting a little.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I read too many books.
Philosophizing a little bit.
I went 10 years just reading books, and guess what? The answers ain't even in the books. It's in your motherfucking self. You don't need none of that. But anyways, what?
I think that probably just about.
That ain't it. It ain't never over. We sitting here chilling in the car on some real shit though. We sitting here chilling in the car. It's beautiful weather. Get outside, man.
Yeah.
Get outside. Hit the stop button now and get outside.
Yep.
Enjoy life. Take your children outside. Take your children to the park. Take your children outdoors. Let them play with the leaves. My daughter, the happiest time is when we just playing with the leaves. Throwing sticks in the water. Stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Let your kids connect with nature. Get back with that vibe with nature. It's important. You know what I'm saying?
Get back with nature.
Yeah, get back with nature. We are nature. You know what I'm saying? You could be on this shit all day. You know, getting all these tats and pretty face makeup and all this other shit. But yet you losing your human emotion. You're losing your feeling. You're losing your connection with the universe. Your connection with the Most High. And that's another thing. This shit disconnects people from the Most High a lot of times, because a lot of the shit on here, demonic, destructive, whatever you want to call it, whatever your word of choice is, because it's all about how you choose your words now in this bitch ass society. Whatever your word of choice is, there's a lot of destruction, there's a lot of negativity on here, there's a lot of demonic shit on here. You know what I'm saying? And it's important that you don't allow this to take you away from your personal beliefs or your personal roots or whatever it is. Don't allow motherfuckers to confuse you. Another thing too, you know what I'm saying? If you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, whatever works for you, roll with it. You know what I'm saying? If your family was teaching you things, a lot of times your family had good intentions at heart. Roll with it. I mean, if you find out later in life that, you know, something was wrong or whatever, you disagree with something or whatever, because I done been through this.
Think for yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Think for yourself, but still appreciate that they taught you something. Don't turn against your family. Don't turn against, you know, your whole existence, your whole being because of what somebody tells you on here, a different belief. You know what I'm saying? People try. We parents now. We doing the best we can. You know what I'm saying?
All you can do.
We gonna make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Our parents made mistakes. The importance of a mistake is to learn from it and correct it for the next generation and teach them to correct the mistakes that you made so that your generation builds and you build generational wealth, be it money, prosperity, knowledge, whatever the case is. The importance is to build generational wealth, and it's important. This is why I'm speaking this out now, because I've been through this. We was on this shit a long time ago when Facebook came out and all that. You know what I'm saying? I was on here. They said I sent the maximum amount of messages because any girl that looked cute, I was sending copy and paste to. Y'all know how I go. Come on now.
Oh, my gosh.
And one day, so what I'm saying is I was consumed by this shit a little bit. You know what I'm saying? At one point in my life. And it's important that you, if you've been through that, that you teach others to not be too consumed by this shit. Because it will destroy you ultimately. Just from sitting too long, just from looking at it too long. I never wore glasses till I started looking at this computer screen, till I started looking at, you know, these phones and shit. The next thing I know, my eyesight fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if I was outside playing baseball looking at the sun, my eyesight would be beautiful. You see, that's what I'm saying. It's important. Don't allow your kids too much in front of this shit. And if you do, limit it and wait till they older to understand what they looking at. Because your kid just might click something And it might porn site done popped. Now your kid's seeing this. Well, what's this? How you gonna explain that shit? Or somebody gets shot in the head. Your kid's seeing this. Well, what's this? Or negative emotions, whatever the case may be, might be instilled in your kids through something they saw on here. So my closing point is just make sure that you monitor the usage of this shit for yourself and for your children. That's very important. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I done got off of it. I've come back on it because my brother over here talking about building followings. No, but it's important to, really monitor it for yourself and for your children. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. And, a lot of people, man, people done caught cancer from this stuff. I mean, I'm just going to go on some real shit here. When I worked at the hospital, I seen it. People had tumors on their fingers from touching the screen too much. Because if you open up your cell phone and you read the book, it's going to tell you some of the warnings, like the dangers of this shit too, from being on it too much. That's why I'm saying it's important not to be on it too much. You know what I'm saying? Because of the radiation poisoning. Exactly. It's about balance. And you know what I'm saying? And Beans, you got any closing things to say about this?
Just balance.
Balance.
You know, it's there's just like with anything else on this earth, there's good and bad that comes with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just, know what you're getting yourself into. Learn how to detach. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, that's something that even I struggle with at times. It's such a nice resource to be able to, to check and see what's going on and really, for what we're trying to do, get the message out. You know what I mean? Like, so when you're passionate about something, at the same time, you really need to be able to take a step back and detach and find that balance for your lifestyle, for your family,
right.
For your inner peace. That's pretty much what I got.
And one more thing, I hate to say it, but I was still thinking about plastic line water. That's my new shit I'm calling plastic line. It'll kill you. Okay,
as he drinks it.
As I drink it. But hey, it's all poison anyway. No matter what you get from them, it's poison. But they even poison the lakes.
Stop with the doom and gloom, man.
Okay, want me to give you something positive?
Yeah, we're trying to end on a positive note.
Okay, I'm going to end on a positive note. These advertisements, right? Like I'm pushing plastic line water. These advertisements, a lot of times, I'm going to end on a positive, don't worry. They destructive. They promoting this crazy lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And then little kids that ain't got no concept of nothing. Because I done been at the clubs and all this shit younger and saw this crazy shit. See motherfuckers get killed, man. Not at the club, but I'm just saying in real life. You know what I'm saying? There's danger in all this shit. Don't look at it all as the happy life like they be making people jugging back and all that. When I worked at the hospital, y'all won't believe what I seen. I seen kids coming in dying, bro. Literally 16 years old from alcohol poisoning and all that. Now, they was probably exposed to this shit. Parents in there crying and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Kids shooting up heroin and shit. Because they was exposed to a lot of this shit through, you know what I'm saying, social media, through the peer pressure, through the advertisements, through the commercials. Because they allow commercials. If you got enough money in this country, you can do whatever you want. Trump even said. He said he'd murder somebody and get away with it. You know what I'm saying? He telling the truth. I don't know why everybody mad. He telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't worried about no politics either way, but I'm saying he telling the truth. In this country, if it's about money, they promote stuff that will destroy you. Alcohol, smoking, all that. If you do it to excess, it's going to destroy you, but they can still advertise it. But yet they say don't drink and drive, but they got drinking commercials. You see the point I'm making here? It's all about money. They just want money. They don't care about you and yours. So now to end on a positive note, balance is the key. So balance is the key, right? And use it to do good if you can.
Yeah.
And use it for your own good if you and your family, you know what I'm saying? Use it to get together again in real life is a good way I could put it. Set up a barbecue or set up chilling or set up a birthday party, something like that. So y'all get together again in real life. And when y'all get together again in real life, put the phones down. Talk. You know what I'm saying? Get to know each other again. Build that family dynamic back up again. You know what I'm saying? Build with your friends again. You know what I'm saying? Talk. Get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? Real life experiences. It's the beauty. That's what the memory is. You want your child when you die. Think about this. Because you a dead motherfucker. Everybody watching this, you dead. When you at your funeral, think about this. I know it's not doom and gloom. I'm going to end it. Think about this. When you at your funeral, right? This real talk. Because you all going to die. You dead. I'm dead. Somebody come right now. Blah! Splatter his ass. Take the car. You know what I'm saying? But when you at your funeral, real talk, do you want your kid to have good memories of you and talk about all the good? Or you want your kid to be there and mute and not even know who you were because you spent all your time on here? Oh, mommy and daddy was always looking at their phone. They never spent time with me. You see what I'm saying?
Positive note and positive.
That is positive. Dog, that's real. You see what I'm saying? You gonna die. Do you want your kid to have good memories of you? Playing in the park. That's what a child's gonna remember. I remember my daddy walking with me, man, picking acorns when I was like 3, 4, 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? At the park. You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff I remember. My pops wasn't on this shit. He wasn't with this shit. My mama said this shit of the devil. You know what I'm saying? And she right, because it destroyed a lot of people. Pornography, all right, positive note. I told you I could talk about this shit for hours. Use it for good. Use it for good. Use it to learn whatever you feel you need to learn, and use it to better yourself. All right? It's hard for me to be positive because I'm against the shit. But use it to better yourself. And go ahead, Ben. You ended on positive. Mr. Positivity.
Rewind this about
Let Mr. Positivity
about 5 minutes
shit.
ago to give my positive last finishing thoughts.
Hold on. No, Mr. Positivity got it. We are positive people too. Don't get it wrong. We are. I want to put the warning out there. You see what I'm saying? To not be too consumed by this shit. We know how to be positive. We know how to have fun. We talk, we chill, we hoop, we do whatever. But I want everybody to know, just be cautious. Be warned about the dangers of this shit. Because that's important. Everything can't be positive. Everything's so positive. And then the bum come up on you. Give me your wallet. Sure, here you go. You know what I'm saying? The world ain't always positive, man. The world ain't always positive. It ain't always negative. But I'm saying it's important to be aware. You see what I'm saying? And that gets back to the bum running up on you. It's important to be aware of your surroundings. So it's important to be aware of what you look at and what you see on here. And that's it. That's it. The last time we was in the house, today we in the car. And we going to be talking about social media in this bitch. So, let's let KMoE Soul start it off. All right, now,
What's going on out there? KMoE here. You know what I mean? Follow me at everything. KMoE Soul, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that. You know, got my boy Tony Freedom here.
That's right.
You know, T Free.
That's right.
And today, you know what I mean? We outside, great outdoors.
That's
I mean,
right.
we in the car, but you know.
You get it.
Yeah, you know.
We ain't behind the screen. Well, we are behind the screen, too.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
Y'all get the point.
So today, we want to talk about social media. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about the pros, the cons, and then there'll probably be some
other shit.
Yeah, some side rants that come out of this here and there.
The rants of lunatics.
Yeah, you know, so this is just us speaking to y'all, giving y'all our thoughts. So, and you want to kick this off, man? You know, how you feel about social media and
how do I feel about social
where
media?
it is today and all that.
Oh boy, I don't even know where to begin. There's so much you can talk about when it comes to this shit. Social media, it can be used for good, it can be used for bad, but ultimately, in my personal opinion of this bullshit, it's destroying the family structure, it's destroying people's morality, it's destroying all types of things. You know what I'm saying? It's destroying social skills. You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, man, it's a weird ass fucking society. Weird. I was talking to a homeless dude the other day. This all gonna come in. I was talking to a homeless dude the other day at the gas station. And he was telling me how strange this society is. You can't have a conversation with people anymore. They all running around on their phones. You look people in the eyes, they looking down. Shit like that. And then there was a dude next to us. And, you know, the homeless dude said hi to him or whatever. And he's like, hi. You know, like scared and shit. It's scary motherfuckers. Because motherfuckers getting brainwashed too much by the bullshit they see on social media. See, they social engineer through social media. They want to direct you a certain way, thinking a certain way, because it's all about consumerism. You know what I'm saying? So they want to keep everybody divided. You know? We going to start this over because I ain't want to come off like this. We in the car in this bitch today. No, all right, today we going to talk about social media because that's what seems to be taking over the world nowadays. So I'm going to let my brother, KMoE Soul, get it started up in here.
Yo,
since he ain't want to start it off.
Why don't you start it? Why I got to swing? Why you always swing it to me, man?
What you want me to say?
You think you're the MC or something?
I guess so. You don't never want to start. I tell him start it. He don't want to start it.
You start.
Fuck it, start over.
Once it starts, it starts. And we
Once
can't
it
stop
starts, it starts, and we can't stop
You
it.
full of shit. Is what you is, Mr. Tony.
And guess what? It hasn't stopped. Social media is running wild.
See, man, I'm too dark, man.
That's all right.
I'm too dark,
You don't
my
like
guy.
that melanin?
I love
You
my
wanna be
melanin,
melanin
but I want
recessive?
people to actually see what I got popping too.
No, I know. So, cuz.
Chill out, man. I ain't all fair skin like you, my brother.